Well, even though we were only a couple weeks out from moving into the Airstream, we still had a lot of packing to do, a lot of organizing to do, and a whole lot to figure out. Me and Molly still figured we ought to have a nice little escape that we'd planned to head out to California, and so that's just what we did. The original plan for the trip was so Molly could attend a wild and free homeschool conference, which she was super excited about. But I wasn't just going to sit around and wait for her, and so I decided to go have some fun for myself. Out here learning to kiteboard with SoCal Kite Surfing, and these guys are awesome. They got it figured out. This is Bento, my instructor. He's making it happen. We just got done with the first kite, a small kite, and now we're off to another one. Okay, suited up. Here we go. There it is. It's all suited up. Let's get it going. There's the kite. Unfortunately, the wind didn't cooperate, so I went back to the Queen Mary and waited for Molly to finish up her conference, and then we went out to the tide pools. We took some pictures and even found some pretty interesting sea creatures. As we were walking along, we found these little squid-like guys that were kind of tiny, and some crabs.
Look at this guy. Look at how cool
he's like red and green. I don't think I want to get pinched by one of those after seeing what happens when Coyote does.
Then a couple locals from the local aquarium showed us a massive sea hare.
Usually we find them like this big. We're kind of tripping out over this one.
This one's huge.
You want one more or no?
That's crazy.
After the tide pools, we headed up to Terrain, a resort up in Ranchos Palos Verdes, where we ate an incredible sunset dinner at Nelson's. You gotta go there. After a great evening together, Molly was able to get me right where she wanted me, Universal Studios. The real reason she had gotten me to California. Harry Potter World. No! Somehow, as much as I try to resist her Harry Potter fetish, we always end back in a pretty amazing place. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but Molly was able to take pictures with all her favorite ghosts, and some you couldn't even see that well. She got to eat all her favorite food and drink all her favorite butterbeer, and we rode all the same rides that we've rode before, and saw a pretty well choreographed large wand fight. I don't know what it was, but some sort of Harry Potter challenge, which was actually pretty cool. Gradually, I tried to get Molly away from her inner Harry Potter and into her inner Autobot, but mostly she just got in touch with her inner carnivore, and ultimately back to her inner Harry Potter. So she ended up with her butterbeer hat, and I ended up in touch with my inner Autobot. From there, we went and visited some scenes from the Universal Studios movies. We caught Norman Bates right in the middle of action, and even caught Jaws, as well as some other cool Universal Studios experiences.
Rad, are you ready to burn? Ready and action. Lighting. You're lit.
Ultimately, our escape had to end. It was only a week or so out before we were moving into our Airstream, so it was time to pick the kids up from the grandparents, even though they thoroughly enjoyed their fishing time with Cheepaw, and we headed back on a plane. Met an amazingly sweet lady who invited us to come stay with her in her beach home in California if we ever returned. Maybe one day we'll find her, if I can find her information. But now it's T-minus 12 days till we moved into the Airstream, so it was time to get back and get packing.
If you like the video, hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up button too. Thanks for the comment.